Theme song.
Welcome to Solid Content and welcome to Going Medieval. A quick heads up off the top here. This is my old save. I just kind of wanted to go back to it so that I could play it one last time and conclude the episode, especially because I want to finish this thing here today. And then I thought we would do like a little bit of a base tour, a colony tour, and just kind of reflect on the fun characters that we've met ever since Borgton? Yorkson Keats, but it's Yorkson Borg in my mind. Started Borgton. Oh, so many episodes ago. So we'll do that. We'll do the little tour. But yeah, unfortunately, there's no animal husbandry going on in this particular game, in this particular save. I would have to start a new one, but I thought this one deserved a fitting end. Now, before we finish the builds on the outer wall here and finish this cathedral, though, we do have this incursion to deal with. Who knows? Who knows where they're from? But anyway, they're led by Goldgieve Montgomery. And I gotta say, from this tower vantage point, the trebuchets might actually be within firing distance. So I'm going to draft everybody. We're going to pull them up on these walls, and then we're going to defend the castle. And I'm also going to finish the crenellations that apparently we've missed here. So we have some work to do. Let's draft them and get them in position. I'll put all my archers here, and then all my melee troops can... I mean, they could be up there and tank some damage. I don't think they're going to, though. Might as well put them here. Well, no, we'll bring them up on the wall. We'll put them here. The melee troops, and then the ranged troops can be here. If they tank a couple of hits, that's nice. It just slows down the attacks. But in the meantime, let's get set up. While they're getting set up, I've also made sure to deconstruct the wooden floor here so that my sally port is defended and safe. What I need to do, though, I need to remember if I don't. Maybe I have done this. It doesn't look like I have. What I want to do is get a little bit of wood stored here. So I'm going to get like a little stockpile and put a default stockpile here so that I can always have wood nearby to rebuild the sally port in the case that I want to actually sally out while they are busy, biting it in all these traps and fighting for this door over here. So I'm going to do that. Is there no search? No, there's no search. There needs to be that soon. So we'll get that, and then we'll get these guys. Yeah, they're coming together. And I think, yeah, honestly, no, it looks like we're just out of range. So we actually might want to sally out. So I'm going to bring a contingent of melee troops here and actually bring them around to the front doors. We'll bring them into the courtyard first so that they're ready for that. And then let me get this set up with wood only. All right, the enemies have begun their attack, and this doesn't... Okay, that's really fast. Why do they move so fast? Okay, so they're taking some shots off at our tower here. This always causes problems because they don't get through the walls first. They can actually destroy stuff in the various rooms, but that's okay. They've begun engaging with my ranged troops, and then my melee troops here. I don't know. Are they taking any damage? I don't know. We've already killed a few people. That's what that sound was. Let's get this shielded guy into here. If there's not too many people to contend with, I'd really love to get out there and deal with these trebuchetsmen. I almost need I need a sally port out here, actually. I need little sally ports basically everywhere. Marauders are dropping left, right, and center. Let's pull off a couple of these archers and bring them around to this wall, because that's going to be the next thing that they get to is beating up that wall. In the meantime, these are still being loaded. Oh, maybe they've stopped firing. They may have stopped firing, so we're going to keep archers along here just in case. And my troops are ready to sally out, but I don't want to waste them in open combat against, Ulrich and his like. But we'll get these three archers up on the front. What would you call this? Not the parapet. The front bit of the castle. So we'll front bit them here, and we'll get rid of... Once this number is down, then we'll get out and deal with the trebuchets, which kind of seem to have stopped firing. Oh, no, that one looks like it was maybe getting loaded. I'm not sure what's about to happen, but all I know is that it's quite quiet. And usually there's some, intense music playing right now. I got to check the music. Is the music playing? Options. Audio. Music. Okay. No, that's fine. This is like an avant-garde, oh, yeah, they're loading again. Okay, here they go. Another attack is coming. So melee, let's go. Where are you guys going? Everybody out this way. Oh, I see. They were up there. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just keep going this way. We'll bring them around because we have to deal with these ASAP. It doesn't appear to be doing too... What's that? Is that smoke? Where there's smoke, there's fire. It doesn't even appear to be doing too much damage. Look at the thickness of these walls, by the way. I think that was just built up over time. I was just like steadily adding shapes to the outside, and I just kept adding one layer at a time until I built, yeah, what you see before you. Just a very thick base there, which is always good. Okay, where are my troops? Here they are. Oh, no. Okay, let's bring you guys out to do some backup just in case. Oh, I've brought my archers with me. Well, that's actually okay. We'll bring some archers. I really need control groups. I don't know why going medieval. Let's test it. Oh, we won. Okay, great. I really wanted control groups, and I want to see if they actually did put that in or not. Yorks and Keats was the bravest. Alfred Johnston took the most damage from the enemy. Some of the buildings of Borgton were destroyed under the bombardment of enemy weapons. Wooden floor, limestone block floor. Hopefully just those two and not all of the wooden floors in that area, or like a bunch of them. It's always hard to like, I wish there was a button where we could click on what's been damaged. But you will notice if it hasn't been destroyed, like this stuff, some builders will come by and they'll start repairing that ASAP. But in the meantime, we just kind of need to like slowly scroll through here and see what was damaged. Looks like they got some shots all the way up here because there's a little bit of floor damage. So let's go down a floor. This is the courtyard here. I guess we're kind of getting a bit of a tour here. The courtyard, or the sort of the overhang over sort of like the royal suite, which is it could be better decorated, but it's also like it's weird because the camera doesn't quite center over the rooms, right? If you could just center it on my mouse and rotate it, that'd be a lot easier. But we cannot. So we got a nice little chessboard there. It's a pretty good room. Okay, I'm trying to find what's been destroyed before it becomes the evening and then too dark to kind of like see what was destroyed. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to scroll through this and find out what's destroyed, get those things rebuilt, but anything that's been damaged, generally, here we go, I found, oh, some chairs were destroyed as well, wooden chairs. Anything that that is damaged generally gets repaired. Anything that's destroyed, you're going to need to reset yourself. Oh, this whole area got destroyed. Oh, that's a real bummer. So let's copy out this floor. Yeah, I really wish the walls, that would be one of my nice to haves, is like, can the walls be more effective? That's what I want. I want the walls to actually take the damage, and then when they fall apart or crumble or whatever, oh, that was all wooden floor. Okay. Then when they all crumble, I can, then stuff in the inside gets damaged. That's kind of what I want to see. So this must have been a wooden oak brethren. Okay, so let's make a copy here. Yeah, see, the rotation's a little tight when you're like this high up. And I can't seem to, there we go. There we are. And let's get our spirituality in here. I keep forgetting where it is. Where did they put the spirituality? Oh, heavens. Leisure? Yeah. So that's the Oak Brethren. So we'll put the Oak Brethren thing right there. And then we'll get some, oh yeah, wooden floor underneath all of that. Wooden floor. And that's going to get, okay, that's going to get repaired. So it looks like one of our cathedrals, our little rooms there, took the most damage. Everything else looks pretty good. I might have to do another pass just to make sure. So yeah, if you have towers or large structures, that becomes the biggest piece of work, is like trying to scroll through everything, all your layers, trying to see where the damage is. Oh, I thought that was some damage there for a second, but it is not. Okay. The next thing to do here is I think we got to cap off this thing here. I think this is the final layer. I don't think I would go any higher than this. So let's go here. I've built out a wall right here, which is good, so I can make that like a separate room if I wanted to. But instead, I think what I'm going to do is we'll get some limestone block stairs and try to, yeah, where do we want that second floor to come up? And, we really do kind of want to make this a separate room, to be honest. But there's windows on all sides. I'd like to make it a separate room, but I think that's going to be impossible because then this will all count as a room. So I'd like to put a wall here. I mean, I actually could. I could put a wall there. And a door there. So we're going to go here. No, let's move it back just one. And then we can get to the top of our cathedral. So that's good. Put a wall there. Let's go with a limestone block wall across here, and then a nice door. So that's going to create a separate room. So this room might be cold, but the room underneath it here, right here. Oh, we've already doored this as well. Maybe I don't need to do that. At any rate, this door is going to be nice and, yeah, that area is nice and warm once we get it all cooked up. Then let's get a wooden beam. No, let's get a limestone block beam here. And I think wooden floor makes the most sense for the top of this. We're going to go wooden floor at the top of this here. And then I think it needs crenellations to finish off the look of the cathedral here. We do have these pillars, these like support pillars there. So I might need to come up with something that looks a little nicer than just the weird, I don't know what you call it, the scriggly look. It's in defenses. Always remember it's in defenses. Limestone block Merlin. Where it kind of goes like bumpy and around the corner. We might even just see like, what does it look like if I just go straight out? So what would that look like? Straight out. Yeah, this could work. Straight across. Same thing over here. And then you change the variations of the Merlins once they're built, I believe, is how you do that. So how would that look? I think that's the best look. And then what I'm going to do is maybe shift these two so that the bracing goes around the window. I could also go up one more level, but then I think it's going to look a little too tall for the snub-nosedness of this cathedral. But I like how this design worked out so far, and pretty happy with it. I can't wait to fill it in with religious people. I think maybe these windows maybe should have been one lower, maybe. I just don't want to go one higher. I think if I go one higher, let's go copy here just to see what it would look like. I'm just going to do this corner here just as a test. I suppose it's not too bad. If we go, what do the crenellations look like up there? And that would help with the windows. The windows wouldn't look so stark. So it would be this tall. Can't police the building that far from a stable structure. Okay. Oh. It's not far from a stable structure. It's okay. All right. I'm going to have to imagine. So if it was that tall. Yeah, honestly, I think this is going to be better. A little snub-nosed look. Because the rest of the cathedral is a little snubby. And maybe that's what we'll call it. We'll call this like St. Snubsworth. That's the cathedral name. All right, and then over here we've been working slowly on building up the towers here. Some recent wood chopping has gotten this all filled in. So now what we need to do is steadily build it up and then brace it, and then fill it in right up to the next level, and then get these two towers going up as well. You can see they're kind of coming together fairly quickly now that we've got on top of our production. And I think a building in here would have been good. It would have been a nice spot for a building here. But again, this is an old save now, and that happens in early access. So I kind of want to finish this off just so I can say I finished it and give you the tour. So let's put them to work, and let's finish up this area here. And I'll be right back with you with the magic of editing. But while watching these logistics, I'm like, well, let's give them one last piece of logistic help here by giving them a little bit of a doorway here and here as well. Let's go there. Let's just kind of compare it with how we normally did it over here. So that, I like that, but this even was built before the stone archways came in. So camera's a little bit funky there. So let's go with the wooden beam, but we're going to change it to the stone archway right here. Then we can get a reinforced, let's put a normal door. We'll just put a normal door in because we've found that I've proven over many episode that this is quite an impregnable fortress. So I'm not like super worried about making sure that they're, fully covered. Now the reason we put a little archway over there is just so that this roof can be built properly across the stretch like that. And we'll do the same here as well. Oh, they're already taking that bush out. That's nice of them. Thank you very much for that. So bring that across there. Okay, so we've got a couple of doors here coming up. And then we'll continue to fill in this area. Like I said, this is the last area left for development if we wanted to, but unfortunately not. Now, also, I think after that attack, which came on this side, I wouldn't mind a sally port over here, but we have got to be careful because there is, as I scroll down, there is access straight into the heart of the tower here. So I'm going to start building a sally port here, and to do that, I want to first mine this away here. So we're going to mine away a little bit of a landing area. Then we will have to build some stairs to go down there to just kind of carve it all out, make sure it's all good, and then kind of build this little stretch of bridge across. So we're going to kind of work on that for the next little bit. That's a little mining, a little something for them to work on. One of my favorite features with the updates of Going Medieval is all of this stuff. So you can change things into pillars or just corner pieces like that, and it just looks so good. So that's really going to be awesome, and it's going to end up looking very much nice and solid, like a sally port that we have over here. And then I think we can also start carefully deconstructing the external sort of braces, especially in this area. Like, let's start deconstructing this stuff so we can kind of have get all the wood out of here and start seeing a nice proper cathedral. So we'll deconstruct that. We have to do it a piece at a time just so we can back out slowly. And then up here, I think the same thing has to happen, doesn't it? Because we don't want this wood rampart stuff here. Yeah, so we don't need any of this. So I'm going to start carefully deconstructing this. We do, however, have to decide if we want these windows open or not then. I think we go open. How do we just click on the windows? It's going to click on every single window. Let's have these open. I don't know if it's a good idea to have them open. I can't decide. All right, we'll keep them closed. We'll keep them closed. It's nice sitting back and looking at all the finished construction, all the bracing ready to go on this final top layer of the wall, and then we just need to finish off the towers. So let's do that. Let's start placing down our limestone block floor, which is probably going to take a while to lay down. Right up, I think, to the edge of each tower we're going to go. This is looking good. Let's get all this built out, folks. You got a lot of work ahead of you. Work a piece at a time. Take lots of water breaks. You can do it. Actually, we're getting a big water break right now. It is a rainy autumn night, and we're getting close to finishing our tower here. Unfortunately, Willem has got to go and deconstruct this sally port immediately. Good thing I didn't forget about it. Prioritize deconstructing that, Willem. Willem. Oh, he's running away, though. Okay, let's draft him and then pull him this way. Oh, Willem. Willem, get out of there. Okay, Willem needs to run. He has been caught by this raid. He might not survive. Willem has been caught. I don't know what to do about that. It looks like they're actually going to be able to get through to that door. So, Alfred, let's get you to prioritize deconstructing that. Let's pull some people up onto the... We've got Organa. Willem has drafted Walt. We're going to draft you here and pull you over here, but I don't think it's going to be in time. Sigmund, let's draft you. Agnes, I know you're hungry, but let's draft you. Godstan, wake up. Let's draft you. Giles, you're refueling. Let's draft you. Go, 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 go. We've got to see if we can't get him out of here. He's stuck. Every time he gets hit, he stops moving. That's the problem. So you really have to micro their moves. We might be able to get him out. I don't know. He's got to go all the way around here to get to the stairs. There's a ramp there. Can he get down to that ramp? Meanwhile, there's some archers running up here. Okay. He seems to have disconnected from them, and he's doing his own thing now. I don't see any archers here. So unfortunately, Audric is about to get through that door. So we need to send Organa. You need to go and prepare to defend T here. You need to go and defend this door because Audric is most likely getting through that door. At which point they are going to come back probably. Willem, let's get you up onto this hallway. Oh man, I should not have built the sally port. Okay, this one is too close. I think I should actually default on having that sally port closed. At all times and only use it when it's absolutely necessary. Organa, I think, is actually getting some hits on Audric through the gate. Yes, she is. Organa is going to defend this thing. Okay, Agnes and Sigmund, let's see if you can't get a good shot on Araka here. There we go. Good, good, good. Organa's going to have to finish the job, but I think that'll be good for now. You get back onto Sarah here. This defense moved very quickly and got very dangerous. Walt is now at the top here, which gives him a little bit of a range boost. Everybody's sort of splitting up, and they don't know where to attack. Archer Sarah is dead. Oh, no. Wait, was that one of mine? I don't know. We're going to have to find out later. I don't think so. I think that's not one of mine. We're dealing with the archers, which is good, because then we can just deal with these other people after. Alfred, what do you have on you? It's hard to see sometimes. I got to find you in the thing up here. Alfred, hauling to stockpile. You have a sword and okay, we'll come back to the sally port here and defend the sally port. Oh boy, okay. Sigmund, where are you? You're downstairs. So come on up. Yeah, get outside so you can help deal with the rest of these fools. And then where's Willem? How are you doing? Willem is getting his revenge. He's getting his shots back out. Most of the troops have come back around here. These ones have crowded around here, ready to try and make an incursion there. Let's see what we've got for Yorkson. I think he's got a weapon on him. He's got a good longbow. So I'm going to equip him and bring him over here. And what do you have on you? A sturdy steel berdiche. I don't even know what that is. So we're going to equip you and bring you right to the door so you can stab people through the door. But I think their attack will break soon, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Looks like they're making their way. Some people are making way to the Sally Port, which Organa, again, absolute beast that she is going to deal with that. Everyone else is just kind of running around dealing with their things, while Willem, Walt, and the other archers do their best to hold people off. An almost impregnable fortress, almost got, I guess, pregnated. But we have been able to defend it this day, I think. Oh, that one got exciting fast, though. I really thought I was going to lose Willem. And I still might, to be clear. He is not doing great in terms of hit points. He has taken a lot of damage here. But he has taken down a lot of people as well. Sarah, another Sarah, about to fall. Organa has just piled the bodies around her here. Let's actually not have this deconstruct anymore, because obviously we don't need to now. The ruthless marauder Sarah is dead. We have one left here, this gentleman, Martin Keats, and then a couple, bleeding and making their way over here, but that's too late because Yorkson, who started this castle, makes the killing blow. Willem took the most damage from the enemy, thinking only of defending Borgton in its hour of need. If he doesn't make it, we respect him all the same. Let's undraft you. Let's undraft these fine, brave people. Undraft all these fine, brave people. They're all going to run away. I mean, they were brave, but let's get the allow tool here and allow all this sweet, sweet stuff so we can sell it off to a local merchant or something like that. Same thing here. Oh boy, that was a spicy one for a moment there. And in the kill, somebody fell through the grate as well. An absolutely gruesome death. Oh, no, the opposite, please. Allow that stuff. Great, okay. All right, Yorkson. Stand down. You have done well this day. Just forcing some people to help dig Godstan out of this little hole he's dug himself into. He's been standing here for just a day or two, so he's definitely sort of like trapped himself, and he's probably really thinking about his life. But in the meantime, we get to think about getting the Merlins up, so this will be built soon enough. This is all ready to go, so it's time for some decorative Merlin action, like so. Let's bring that across there. And now over here, I kind of broke this out and created just like a little staircase down here just to keep this limestone block window there for at least a little bit of symmetry, even though, yeah, there's not too much symmetry kind of left in here anymore. But it still looks nice. It still looks like you can kind of get around, and it's starting to look a whole lot more like a castle. I am just trying to give you a tour of this colony. Why do people keep attacking? I'm just peacefully building a giant castle. Can't they just leave me alone? Well, it's next spring. We went through a whole winter, and the walls are just about finished building. But first, we've got to deal with these fools who don't seem to have a strategy yet, but they definitely outnumber me. However, I think I have the skill and height advantage that I need to... Oh, boy, never mind. That I need to survive this. Okay, you guys move there. You move over there. Stop trying to move all the time. And then, as you can see, yeah, they start launching those bricks right away. Those bricks, those stones. And honestly, you'll get a good example of the damage that they do on the interior of buildings rather than having the exterior take all that damage, which I would absolutely prefer. That being said, they're all running straight to... Yeah, looks like they're... Oh, are you not drafted? No, you're not. He's busy trying to do some repairs. Okay, I'll take that. Now, I need somebody... I think Organa is the best option here. We're going to position her right there. And normally, like I said in the start of the episode, you want to get rid of the... Oh, she took off. No, come here. You want to get rid of the... There we go. Of the Sally ports, but this actually is kind of causing a little bit of confusion, and they've pulled back or they've split off. They've headed different ways. And I feel like this is... Yeah, it's making quick, short work of the attackers while we just defend this tiny little door. Elba, what are you doing? Never mind. I take it back. They're acting absolutely crazy. So we just need to get Eric dealt with, I think, because he's got that long sort of pole arm. And has he actually managed to get through the door because of that? No. Looks like the door is closed again. And Organa is basically just waiting for her chance to strike, I think. Hard to tell here. Who do I have selected right here? Let's get Organa out of there. We go. Yeah, I just want to see Organa doing her work. It's bringing a lot of melee troops over here. But again, Organa has taken no damage, I don't think. So she is able to do quite a lot of damage right through that door. She's going to kill Eric all by herself and probably get a point for that. Here comes another strike. There it is. Eric's down. So that's another one. Yeah, so I don't know. I think maybe they need battering rams or they need some kind of AI overhaul so that they fight just a little more cleverly. It looks like these guys are still planning a couple more attacks, so it's going to tell us what was destroyed. But we'll probably bring these, like once we deal with Herbert. Here, let's bring these guys over here. See if we can't make short work of Henry now. Organa. Ah, darn. Get one shot. Okay, good. A couple of shots there. Good, good, good. Okay, that's good. So we'll bring the archers. Let's bring some archers down here, actually. Agnes, you come down there, and Wilhelm. I'm going to undraft you so you can just go back about your work, just like old Sigmund here. Okay, well, we don't need to go attack the trebuchets, so that's good news. 14 sworn enemies died during that fight. Like, it was an utter massacre on their part, not on ours. Walt took most of the damage from the enemy. Okay, we'll have to check in with Walt really quick. Bertrand blocked most of the hits. It should be recorded. It should be noted. We lost a wooden floor. So that's the issue with the way that this game does ballistic damage, is somewhere in this tower, a wooden floor is damaged. I have to just go and basically hope to find it. Looks like we've gotten some chairs damaged here in the upper... let's make a copy. There we are. In the upper, what's it up here? This all needs to be repaired. I don't know how to get these repaired. 1 hit point left on that wooden chair. So, you know, they're just about gone. That seems okay. Seems okay in this following church area as well. Okay, so maybe it's somewhere on this wall we lost some wooden floors. So that's all stone floor. So you see what I mean? Like, this is going to create quite a lot of looking and trying to find it again. Oh, I guess all of this appears to be gone. Yeah, okay. So I think it wasn't just a wooden floor. It was all of this wooden floor. So we'll get that repaired. There we are. And surely, by holding off a raid that effectively, that just creates an absolute slaughter festival over here, means and bodes well for our spring. I think we've got a good summer on our way here. And here we go again. We were just putting the finishing touches on the entire castle. We're just about completely done. Yeah, so I think honestly, when it comes down to it, you just really have to draft everybody. So, for example, I'm a little concerned here with this plan. Let's draft you. Okay, good. You're gonna have an archer, and then Alfred and them are gonna have a little bit of a showdown down here. But Lee is also gonna be taking some hits from a bow and arrow, I believe. I think. Sigmund, are you not able to get some shots on that guy? There we go. Yeah, get some shots on Lee there. Oh, Lee takes 1 arrow right to the back. I'm not seeing any damage yet. Nobody's taking any hit point damage just yet for some reason. How about you, though? Are you? Yeah, you're not even taking any... So, weirdly, nobody's getting injured here. This is like a very... I don't know. It's quite the... Oh, boy. Okay, some backups showing up. Okay, and the attackers are continuing. Alba has gotten the attention of... Yeah, I really should have drafted people and brought them inside, I think. Okay, so we need some more archers over here. Because pretty soon he's going to be in a bad way. So let's try to deconnect him from the fighting. Let's try to get him back up these stairs, maybe if I can. Oh, we're going to lose him. We're going to lose Alfred. Unless we can get some more arrows in these people's backs, we are going to lose our poor little Alfred here today. And that was my fault. I didn't draft. Should have drafted. Now, if Alfred keeps going this way, the only problem with this plan is eventually he's not going to have any air support anymore. So we got to go this way. Careful, Alfred. See if I can't get you back towards the stairs. We'll bring you back into their fire. Then let's get you up here. Good, that ought to slow them down. Oh, and they've decided to run away. Good for them. Okay, let's get this guy inside. A fine summer morning or spring morning, I can't remember. And all is well. at Borgton. I don't know if you remember, if you want to go back to the first episode and you can see the tiny little building that we built here in the center. That's how we started this whole thing. And now Borgton has become this beautiful situation. I love screenshot mode, by the way. That's the button is up top right here in the menu. You'll see it in a second when I go out of it. I do wish that we could go into screenshot mode and see people still moving about their day. I would like to see that. But here is your view. Here's the aerial view, at least, of Borgton, the beautiful town. I mean, I guess it's a castle. It's not even really a town. Technically, you'd have all these village homes on the outside and then the castle in here. But that would be an enormous amount of rebuilding every time we got raided. So I think having everything behind the walls is great. So where should I start the tour? Well, I'll start the tour with, I don't know, I suppose I'll start the tour with the front gates. We've got these beautiful front gates here. I wanted to start carving away more of the dirt away from this so that the gates look like more of an entranceway. And that's something that we can do, later on. Just outside of the front gates, we have here our mine, which I put some just fencing around just for fun, really. But yeah, this is where most of the limestone came to build most of this castle. I would love to be able to count out how much limestone this thing took, because I imagine it was quite a lot. Now, if we go out of, we'll go out into screenshot mode a couple of times. Settlers are annoyed. Yes, of course they are. But if you go to screenshot mode, we can kind of see how they get around in their day. So the gatehouse has sort of this entrance area as well as a small internal courtyard. So if they busted through these doors, they would find that the enemy would be getting arrows rained down upon them from the inside as well, even before they got to the final area, letting them access the main courtyard for probably an all-out brawl all through the halls and the walls of the inside of this castle. But that never happened. In the entire history of this castle, they were never able to breach the walls. I think that is due in part to the fact that the trebuchets, whenever they attack, they seem to spawn around here, and they always do internal damage. They never really take walls down. What it needs to do is destroy the front piece of this, and then destroy the back, and then they could make their way through into the rest of the castle. But they never seemed to do that. So anyway, so this gatehouse here is several floors high. Starting at the top, I guess we should start at the bottom, but anyway, starting at the top, we have some a map table here for basically running a lot of the castle's defense. You could position your leaders up here so they can kind of see their way around. Although I would also maybe put somebody up top here somewhere. This seems like a really good high tower where they can kind of spot things. And then down here we have lots of weapon storage and some more spaces for our intrepid defenders, another cartography room. So this is kind of your little situation room, if you will. And then, yeah, I think our weapon storage, maybe another floor down. So there's some more barracks there. And then, yeah, our weapon storage here. These are set carefully with certain stats that they need. So you always have good weapons kind of accessible to the front. Some storage back here for, wooden torches. I don't remember storing all of that furniture. I don't remember when all of that furniture got stocked up, but there it is anyway. We've got some more over here, so a lot of storage going on in there. A nice little, I really like this room because it's hard to get to it. It's right underneath here in the outside of the courtyard. Right down there, we've got this nice little room, and that was essentially built for the construction workers when they needed a bit of a warm place to stay while they were working on this gatehouse long through a dark winter. One of our more prominent deaths, well, he rests down here. Now, sometimes it says who he lies there, but there it is. Godwin. Godwin was killed, I can't remember how many episodes ago, but in a valiant defense of the gatehouse, and so he rests down here in this gatehouse. We gotta get these, let's get these lit. Let's get those lit. I think we have enough, wood and coal that we can kind of go through and have all our torches lit. Why not? There's a lot turned off, as you can see. I kind of just double-clicked those during the summer months and kept those unclicked. Then the outer wall goes off in both directions, obviously. This is the new construction here. I added in these windows, which I really like, because I just felt this was tall enough that you could have some windows here. It wouldn't cause any issues. There's also this little sally port here, which just takes you out to this spot. I'm not sure what this would be used for. Maybe the odd arrow or two. There used to be some trees here, which I might plant again. This fortress does seem to go through a tremendous amount of trees. Tremendous amount of wood, rather. So I do think this whole area needs to be seeded and planted with more trees so that we can have year-round, a lot more tree growth. Right now it's really just kind of getting at what I can get at and just, chopping it down if they could even get up there. This, you can see the old traps. This used to be the entrance here, I believe. So I believe our main spot was there. We had a little wall entrance right around here, a little wooden, barricade, if you will, that got us into this kind of island that I carved the top out of and turned into our home. The wall continues around here with some beautiful towers, if I do say so myself, the tallest of which being this guy right here, I think. Or maybe this one here. It's quite tall. And these towers are pretty straightforward, pretty basic. Some spots for armaments to be placed. Wait, what is that purple sword there? There's like a very cool, a flimsy steel falchion. Okay, well, it's flimsy, but I didn't put too many orders on what was supposed to be stored here. And then we have several rooms here which could be filled with things. Right now, they're just mainly just to get around at the various levels of the tower complex. This area has quite a lot of room. I could imagine putting a lot of storage here as well, storing wood for easy restocking. If you kind of have wood storage, you know, throughout your colony, I think that makes it a little easier to refill all the, warming areas. What are those things called again? I forget. These guys. Whatever the... braziers, yeah. So, yeah, if you have wood and coal kind of stored throughout, then I think it would be a little easier. But as you can see, we've got a lot of bracing here because it's a high security area as it comes up to the top, which is fully circumnavigatable. But I think... Oh, no, I guess, yeah, you can get into the castle through this way as well. Oh, apparently you can get right into this person's house. I think this used to be a balcony that I turned into just access down to the main hall. So we could take those doors away, but hey, why not? We'll call Martin here. Martin is maybe he's the gatekeeper. All right, around the outside of the walls here, we have these little things. I'm sure there's a title for them, but they're just like little homes. Here, actually, I'll turn off the roof view. There we go, so we can kind of see nicely in there. So yeah, you can kind of see some really nice rooms. It's actually quite hot in there. I should probably turn off, have these braziers extinguished. Oh, it's instant. All right, I'll take it. There we go. So that's like a much nicer temperature inside, probably because of the brick is helping cool that down. So that's always good. And yeah, so these little rooms here have various purposes. Some of these are for housing. Some of these are for our... Okay, we gotta get rid of that stuff. Some of these are for seeds, which don't last very long. I should probably have some ice brought over here or do that underground. Maybe add some storage. Kind of like what I did over here where we have our stonemason. Pretty low on limestone, so I'll have to get back to mining. Then we have our, I don't know what you would call this, the refinery area with some underground storage as well. All quite full of iron, so I need to either sell this iron or really start using it, really make a lot of weapons and prepare for the oncoming wars. Then we have, of course, our brewery out here, which has a couple of layers of storage, just so I could get them a little colder. But now that the ice update has happened, I think we could probably store some ice down here and get even better storage. And then what better for a brewery/tavern area than to have a nice little table and chairs outside. The main courtyard itself features a nice... I mean, I like it when it gets tall, but I guess it keeps getting harvested, which is, what it's supposed to do, I guess. I think there might be a way we could turn off harvesting on this one plot. I'm not sure if that's possible. It's kind of hard to get at it. I can't quite click on it because everything else is in the way anyway, so this is the nice sort of gathering area where maybe ceremonies could happen, etc. And then, of course, we have our caravan merchant stall near all of our farmland. This farmland and some hunting is actually more than enough, it turns out, to feed all of the colonists of Borgton, of which there aren't, a crazy amount of colonists, but still, you'd think you'd need more farmland. Thankfully, this game is no space haven. You can feed people off a relatively small amount of your territory. This shack over here is sort of a new-ish addition. We should light all this up. Let's get these lit. And this is our coal mine entrance, basically, just to kind of make things look a little nicer here. I put some roofing down, and then I put this access here. So this is how you can kind of get down into the space below and into what is a fairly deep and active coal mine. I mean, we can really get a lot of resources out of here, I think. So we're going to keep mining that out carefully with hopefully not creating any structural problems near the main castle. Something that was built recently that I'm just really quite happy with is this here. What do we call it? St. Mark's? I don't know. St. Borgton's or something? I'm not sure what to call it. Have these not been built yet? Oh, we're waiting. Okay, so there's going to be some flags up top here. I thought that would be just like sort of a nice touch. You can kind of see the outline, but they haven't been built yet. Starting at this top tower here. I guess you'd call this the bell tower. We just have a couple of some chairs in here, a spot for quiet rest and contemplation, and some library shelves there. So eventually, as we make more books, that'll get all filled up as the storage kind of fills up. And then this is maybe an area for, like, I don't know, the deacons? Is that a thing? The deacons can kind of meet here and maybe talk about the sermons that they're going to give. And then in here, this is the pièce de résistance, if you will. This is sort of my main entrance area into the cathedral, which I just really love how that turned out, especially because there was an update recently that gave us the ability to border the wood like that, so that looks a lot nicer there. I might replace all this wood with brick eventually, but, you know, this is kind of the entrance to their cathedral in here that they would come in and do their various churchings. And then in here, safe from the rain, is our main restitutionist church. We can get these things all, you know, turned on. It says they are supposed to be lit. I'm not sure who they haven't got around to lighting it yet, I suppose. But yeah, so that's our sort of main cathedral area. I think in the future, this design should be, you know, 4 tiles longer this way and 2 or 3 tiles longer this way. And then the tower should be 1 more stack high. As you can see, even here with the windows, that was maybe a little bit of an oversight. You want those, because the windows kind of get, like, covered a little bit. But one thing I've found with the crenellations here, the merlins, if you will, is if you put the corner ones out, then it creates a nice little border around the windows. So that doesn't look horrible, but yeah, 1 more layer of height would be good if these were a little bit longer. But this was an afterthought. This was built a little later on to replace the old wooden structure that we used to have there, which was the first structure ever built by Borgton himself. I forget his last name. It's something like that. There's a little cavern, a little, like, what do you call this, canyon inside the courtyard that I decided to keep. I thought that would be good. I'm going to go into screenshot mode so it doesn't get too dark. It's already quite dark, I guess. But yeah, this canyon here, we just filled with trees. So this is like our forest that's constantly getting filled up, and a nice bridge across from it, which accesses the main keep and the cathedral as well as wrap around to the front gates. This area back here could always become the next structure, something else that we build, something with brick maybe just to change it up. But that'll have to be for some other time, as the this game needs to be put to rest, and another in its place will take place with the new save, with all the animal corralling abilities and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to do too much more with this save in particular, aside from look back at it and be so happy with how it turned out. And that leads us to the final building right here, the Central Keep. Many episodes ago, we talked about what it was going to be called. I think it was like the Three Sisters or something, because it was basically structured around 3 towers. This tall one here, the lower middle tower, and then this short, stout tower. Those 3 tower structures became the shape upon which we built things like this sort of balcony here, and these little outcroppings and stuff. This little back balcony. I've never really used this. This could be a great spot to hunt from or something. Shows what I know about hunting. Right? That you're not out of the woods. You just go from your balcony and I'll just shoot a deer from my balcony. That's what hunting is, right? So we'll start at the top, I guess, just for fun. Since we're here, we have sort of the king's bedroom, which is a little dark at the moment. They have their own balcony, and nobody ever really sleeps up here, I think, because logistically speaking, it's too far away. Same thing with burning bodies. Really shouldn't have put this up here, but hey, it is what it is. It's just how we organized it. And then here you'll see this is the central staircase that goes through the entire castle. So we'll kind of go down to the next floor below, which has a lot of bedrooms. Again, very high up for some of these bedrooms. And it looks like we actually lost some floor here. So let's close out of this. Let's copy this floor. So that must have been an attack. You know, it's hard to tell what gets destroyed in attacks. So there we go. We can get that bed rebuilt, and that bedroom will be back and active again. I'm going to go back to screenshot mode just so it cleans up the image a little bit. So the central corridor is probably one of the biggest weaknesses of this tower structure, because there's only one way up and down. So if this ever gets destroyed, which sometimes it does, it's going to be hard to get, you know, rescue teams up there. This area here heads into some offices and basically our libraries. This is kind of where the university level, I guess, of the tower. Nice and high up, so they have really beautiful views. A couple of bedrooms off to the side, going into our shorter tower now. And then below here, this is our, you know, more university, I guess, more library. This is where all the magic happens with our advanced table. Ooh, this is what I'm talking about. The camera's too high up. So if you move it around, it kind of juts your position a little bit, as opposed to staying floating in perspective. And then in here, I thought this would be a fun room where students can come and defend their essays or whatever, if you will, before they are able to graduate and start writing the tomes for the advanced research. The floor below that leads to yet another restitutionist shrine. This was the only one we had before St. Borgton's was built. So it was a bit of a trudge to get up here. As you can see, people using that central corridor here probably to go do some prayers. Or maybe they're going in here to fashion some new clothes. Looks like... I thought that was some damage, but no, that's just some scissors. Okay, good. So yeah, we have a lot of fabric up here and should probably order up some more, clothing sometime soon. But as we carry on downwards, things get a little more... where are we here? Oh yeah, so this is just like sort of a lobby space that is at the top of the double wide staircase. That double wide staircase, of course, leading us to... Now, there's an Oak Brethren one. Okay, so this is the Oak Brethren church that's up here. Wooden chairs sitting across from each other so they can sit and have discussions. That's the lore, I imagine, for the Oak Brethren, that they do a lot of open debate, maybe. Then the Restitutionists are actually down here with a more traditional stone place and some pews, a little shrine next to it. And is that Yorkson himself? I think he's a Restitutionist. I think he is. So anyways, it's much more stone. And sorry, this is the Restitutionist shrine, which we then built a cathedral for over here. So the Oak Brethren are the ones that are missing. This is their only place of worship and above here. And maybe we should build them another one. Maybe that's what this area could be, or could have been, if the save hadn't been updated and now it's broken. So that is true. We're playing on the Legacy version. So we're going to have to move on and make something new. And I've learned a lot of lessons. I think towers, building tall is fun. It looks cool, but I don't recommend it. Logistically, it becomes a problem with a lot of time spent circling up and down those tall towers, those staircases as they wind around trying to get around. A couple more bedrooms. These are easily a little more accessible. And then we head down here to our double staircase like from before. And this is kind of going into our main cathedral area, or main floor area. This accesses the basement and the crypts and the layers below. This is a little closet back here where we can just store rotting food, I guess, and packaged meals, because I was trying to get them to eat here more often, but they tend to eat closer to where the food is made, which is down in the layers below. So you follow the staircase around back here, and you go into sort of our barracks area. This is where all the weapons are made and stored and laid out. Below that, we get into our storage areas, but this is getting into our kitchen. So the kitchen spot here, couple of kitchens to keep up with the demands of those hungry people. And then below that is a series of storage bunkers with some ice being stored in them. We also have body storage back here, but it's not getting used very often. Now you can probably see a little bit of shape over here. This was actually the original colony. It was built underneath that single wooden building. If you go back a bunch of episodes, you'll see this. This hallway here kind of comes down and connects to the old town. I think they still use these beds. They just haven't been lighting them very much. But this was our old workshop. This was our old major storage area. Now it's just hay and iron ingots and stuff like that. Things are definitely looking good here. This bedroom, yeah, they are oft not used now because it's so kind of hard to get to them. But I did recently build some stair access, which goes right up into the base here of the cathedral. So now you can get to it from the cathedral, or you can get to it from the basement of the main tower. But this, ladies and gentlemen, is beautiful, beautiful Borgton. Look at her as she stands. This was the first time I played this game, and it goes way back, but I just love the way it looks. I love the way the buildings kind of collect on the inside, and these little homes here and here. It just looks really good, and it's truly a wonderful place to live. Until the winter, when all the rooms get a little too cold and everybody gets mad with me and all the settlers are unhappy. Right now, only Organa's unhappy. That's not bad. I think I made Organa do some extra work, so that's probably why she's upset. So there it is, going medieval, and the story of Borgton. Look at this beautiful, safe structure and despair. Look upon ye mighty works and despair. Or just live here happily, I guess. Let's chop those trees down. I like to think as I leave this save that these people are happy just kind of plugging away in the code in the background or something. Even though we were going to update the game, probably start a new colony with some animals added and with all the new updates that are coming to Going Medieval. What a wonderful game. I hope you found this to be some truly solid content, and I hope I see you in the next video of whatever it is that we play. But for now, and for all of them, we say goodbye to Yorkson Borgton and his beautiful colony.